Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is off today, and we have a legend in the building. A very, very special guest who I always love seeing, and she smells so good. Queen Stephanie Mills is here. How are you, Miss Mills?
I'm wonderful.
How are you?
I'm really, really wonderful. Good.
Okay, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been terrorized these last couple of years, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I'm here to do charity work for Jackie Lewis, who's a pastor for Middle Church that burned down. So I'm here to raise money for her, and we're going to do a show. Well, not really a show, but a charity thing at Riverside Church. And the Reverend Michael Livingston is going to be there too. And I'm just here to help and do my thing with a 4-hour.
And do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Do the right thing, my new single, yeah.
What does that single mean to you? Let's do the right thing.
You know, remember the last time I was here, I said I would never go in the studio again.
I know.
I didn't want to. But Charles Wright, a profound, wonderful directed Motown Story on Broadway and did a lot of things. He called me one night and said, I want you to write a song for a TV show. So it didn't work out that way, but then I went back in the studio with my writing partner, Marcus Malone, and we wrote the song. But it was about what was going on with the George Floyd passing and the black on black crime. I'm really sick of the black on black crime, and I feel like as a people we just have to help ourselves.
Absolutely.
And not look for anyone else to help us.
I was going to ask you that because in the song you say we are in this together. I was going to ask who is the we?
We, black people.
Black people, okay.
Black people,
Okay.
Yes, black people, absolutely. Yes.
It's a beautiful, nice, uplifting song, and it's such a simple message, right? Like, why is it so hard for people to just do the right thing?
Why is it so hard? Why are we crabs in a basket? Why do we not lift each other up? Why don't we? I don't know why.
I don't know, man. Especially nowadays, because it seems like it's profitable to tear other black people down.
It's extremely profitable, but I find that people that do that, I have no respect for.
Absolutely.
If you tear somebody down, I have no respect for. If you throw somebody under the bus, I have no respect for you.
Especially when there's people that claim to be pro-black, but then like when you tune into whatever their platforms are, they're only going at other black people.
They're only going at other black people because they're scared. We have adopted the Caucasian way of living. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We have adopted so we can get along and we feel that is the right way. Mm-hmm. And it's not. I've never adopted to that. Never. And I will never.
Absolutely.
So what about Juneteenth now? We have a national holiday, Juneteenth. People have been pushing for this for a long time. How do you feel about that?
I feel that it's a slap in the face. I feel that we need to put money in our communities. I feel that he needs to stop them from trying to take our voters' rights away.
Word.
I feel like it's a slap in the face. It should have been done a long time ago. I'm not impressed.
George Floyd Policing Act still not passed.
Not passed. The rest of the policemen are not in jail. Mm-hmm. They should have gotten the death penalty, as far as I'm concerned. They were murderers. And I feel like, I probably would have been shot if I'd been there with George Floyd because I would have tried to pull one of those police officers, especially the police officer that was on his neck. I would have tried to pull. I don't think people should stand around and film somebody getting murdered. Mm-hmm. I don't.
I mean, when people be scared, they be traumatized for their own lives. I get it. I agree with you,
I'm
though.
a soldier.
Yeah.
You know I am.
Absolutely. If you thought Stephanie wasn't going to give it to you straight, how you feel about Juneteenth? You think Stephanie going to be in the White House singing?
No. No. That I am not impressed. Not impressed. And, I'm happy that we have Joe Biden because I think that he's a sensitive and more compassionate president than the fool we had before. But, and I love Pamela, black women, we rock together. Mm-hmm. But I just think it's like a slap in the face. Our children are suffering in school. They need their money. I don't know what they're doing with all this money for the school system and putting money back into our community.
How did the pandemic affect you and your family?
It really didn't. I mean, we stayed in the house and all of that. But in the beginning, I was terrorized. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is going on in this country? But then, I have crazy faith. And I just rolled with it. I took each day, and I took each day. And I lived such I don't live a fancy life, so I wasn't hurt financially or anything, but and even though it was a year and a half that I didn't work, but me and my son, we just chilled and every day took each day.
Didn't it feel good to have a backyard? Can you imagine having to live in New York doing that?
Ooh, Lord, it felt good to have a backyard, to go out and sit on my front porch and just be okay, you know, because you don't know. We weren't prepared for it.
Not at all.
But you just don't know. But I just rolled with it. I rolled with the punches.
Now you look like a 20-something.
How is our baby Farad doing?
He's here. He's out there.
He out there?
He's out. I go nowhere without my son because I don't trust nobody, and I don't want to kill nobody.
That's right.
Over my son. So, so I take him with me.
Now you look 20-something, right?
I'm
but I know you grown.
I'm grown.
So have you ever seen a time like this? From last year to even, have you ever seen anything like this in your existence? Wow.
Never in my life. And my mom, who's my hero, was an activist, even though she didn't know it. And even though we went through the Rodney King thing and the fires in Los Angeles, I was living in Los Angeles at that time. But I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen Republicans, even though we know that they were what they were, it's just coming out. It's so natural for them to tear us down. But when we fight back or say something about them, then we're being, racist. And that's not true. It's just like what Kevin Hart is going through with that man.
Bill Maher?
Yeah. How can he say things are better? No, they're not. They're worse. They really want to put us back in slavery. I mean, I guess that's why they want to make Juneteenth a natural holiday. But are we really free?
No.
No.
Never have been.
No.
Yeah. I mean, all the promises of this country, the freedom, the liberty, the justice for all has been a lie.
Right.
It's never been for all.
It's never been for us.
Absolutely.
Now, Stephanie, now that you have this new single out and you're back in the studio, what else is coming? Because I could tell this might feel like even more. What's going on?
The next song is called We Must Change.
You did too?
I did 8.
8? Okay.
Okay, I knew it. There was no way you was going to go in there and do one song.
It just flowed out of me, and Marcus inspired me, and we just went in there and I got 4 more. We call them our babies, so I'm pregnant with 4 more songs, and then I'm going to deliver them in a minute. In fact, I'm going to record back in Nashville, in Memphis, where Al Green recorded most of his stuff, and we're going to do it live. All my music is live drums, live piano, everything is live. No synth or whatever the shit they use. I don't use that.
So you going to do a whole new album?
No, I'm just going to release singles.
Okay.
As I feel it, I'm going to release singles, but I'm getting them ready.
And you're back on the road, right?
Yeah, I'm back on the road. I got to make up for shows that we did, that we didn't do the year and a half, and then there's people that are calling. So I'm back on the road. I'll be here at NJ Pack, Atlantic City, Brooklyn. I'm doing the thing with DJ D Nice in September in Brooklyn. We're gonna have people out there. So yeah. I'm working.
Are you ready to get back to doing live shows?
I love doing live shows. I love doing live shows more than I did recording, because the producer thing with the recordings, I don't like working with producers that just do beats, because I'm not that kind of artist. I sing live. I want live music. So
live shows is something that's essential to you, because that's another thing, right? During the pandemic, we all realized what's essential to us.
What's important.
So what's some of the things you cut off because you realized, it's really not that important?
A lot of people that were toxic. I cut off a lot of toxic, people. Simplicity was getting up in the morning and just having my coffee and watching Good Morning America was like, and just simple things. Just, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Eyelashes and all that shit, that ain't deep.
So when you do your live shows, you're not gonna do the eyelashes?
I stopped a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't even wear base. I just put on eye makeup, a little blush and lipstick, and I'm out.
Wow.
I don't wear base.
Well, you look amazing.
Thank you.
That might be the secret.
You know what the secret is?
Younger.
No, you know what the secret is? Sleep. People downplay sleeping.
That's right.
But sleeping is so amazing. I get a lot of sleep.
I love sleep.
Yes.
I can get it.
Yes.
You know, one thing you did, I want to thank you for, though. You did so many uplifting things during the pandemic. We did this vision board party, and you got to be part of that. And that was like a great night for me. I was so excited to go out and get my poster board and get all my get everything together so I could do my vision board, and it helped me so much. So I just want to thank you for that, because you put together a great group of women also.
I love doing that. I really want to tour with women, but it's the hardest thing to get other female singers to tour with you because of their handlers and because of the things involved. But I have been wanting to do a tour, like maybe with Chaka or Patty or Gladys Knight, Jasmine, some, just all of us get together. We probably have to cut our pay back, which I have no problem with doing, and getting everybody else to do that so it wouldn't be so expensive. But I'd love to do that. But it's the hardest thing to do. And doing a vision board is very important because you put it out in the universe of what you want, and it comes to you.
Oh, the first time I ever did a vision board was when I read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. That was years ago.
You hypnotized me. Your eyes, Charlamagne, are just beautiful.
Tell me more, Queen. Flattery will get you everywhere. Tell me more.
It's the eyeliner.
This ain't no eyeliner.
It ain't no eyeliner. He looks like he has on eyeliner, but your eyes are just, they're beautiful.
Thank you.
They really are.
Thank you. When did you first do your first vision board?
Years ago. They used to do them back in the day when we would put together an album. They would do the vision of the album cover, then what you're going to look like and what you're going to do. All of that stuff was done back in the day.
What did you manifest? What's the first thing you saw manifested from one?
My single, What You Gonna Do With My Love, and going in the studio with Ntume and Lucas was absolutely magical. And I was still doing The Wiz and recording that album. And just everything that they were setting up for me, because back then everything was done for you. So everything that they were setting up for me really came to pass.
Wow.
All the press and stuff that we did and the albums, they just came back to back. And Gladys, Patty and I were all on the same label. We were all on MCA.
Wow.
So they would stagger us coming out.
Was there competition? Did they have did they create manufactured competition, or was it natural competition?
Never. That's why we can't deal with some of the competition that's today. We did the Bud Fest. It would be Nick and Val, and Valerie Simpson and Nick Ashford, who happens to be my favorite couple in the world. Stevie Wonder, Luther Vandross, all of us would be on that Bud Fest. And there was never no, I want to go first, you have more. Never. We never played that game. Never.
Wow. So why would it be so hard for y'all to go on tour then? If y'all...
I don't know. Nowadays it's different, and I don't know. I don't know why I can't get together with other females and go on tour. I would love to. I think it would be fabulous.
I love how you put Jasmine Sullivan's name in that mix with all those queens too.
Jasmine, her, I love them. We got to have the babies in there. Yeah.
Did any of them ever reach out to you?
Never.
Really?
Never.
Not even for no advice, no?
Never. People always ask me that. I've never had anybody call me and ask me for advice. Never.
Not once?
Not once.
That's insane. I wonder if they think that you might not be accessible, or you might be hard to reach.
But if you look at my page, Angela, am I accessible?
Very. Let me tell you something. Stephanie will just hit you with a good morning, with an emoji. Like, she's the nicest.
I do that.
And I always get excited when I see her name pop up on my phone. I'm like, damn, I can't believe Stephanie Mills just texted me.
Yes, because I want to show you love. I'm like, because the mornings is the most beautiful time.
Yes.
And when you wake up, you want to just see love. I always text people, good morning, have a wonderful day, I love you, You got
to set your intention.
You got to. Yep, you do. You absolutely
But I can see why people might be intimidated, because you're Stephanie Mills. And if they don't know you personally.
But what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that means nothing. In the end of the day.
You never know how people act. Because I feel like there's this thing where you think somebody of your stature is a diva, or people will have this impression without even knowing you. And so sometimes they might feel like.
But I'm a homegirl.
Very.
I've never been a diva,
much.
because what does that shit mean? It doesn't mean anything. Just because you have hit records or what, all that shit can be taken away from you just like that. So people that think
I'm sure you've
but
had
I have done shows with people that are in and they're not nice to me. So, shit.
Not nice to you?
No.
Like other artists?
Other artists.
Younger, older, your generation?
And you would think they know better, and they're not nice.
Right. So somebody might have had an
won't mention no
experience
names. Huh?
with somebody might have had an experience and had some other divas that they had to deal with and feel like, okay, I'm not even going to approach it. So I can see that. But now they hear this and they know you honestly are like the nicest, sweetest person. So
I'm just I'm a nigga. I mean, I'm just regular. I'm just regular. I mean, because I've been in the business so long and it's all I've ever done. So I've had my ups and downs and people don't answer my calls and all that. So I know that this shit is not real. You know what I'm saying? You don't ride around in limousines all the time.
That's right.
It's not. I go to the grocery store. I go to the post office. I just live a normal life because that fall is too hard.
That's right.
Isn't it,
That's right.
Charlamagne?
That's
It's too
right.
hard
That's right.
to think you better and think these people don't love you.
That's right.
I know
That's right.
That's right.
It seems like you're trying to bring some healing to the country with this record too.
I am. For us.
Mm-hmm.
I want the black on black crime to stop. I want us to love each other and stop looking at each other like, well, if they get ahead, I'm not going to get ahead. We have to lift each other up. I'm so into giving credits. The people that help me, like my manager who does a wonderful job, Amp. He does a wonderful job. Marcus, who helped me write these songs and produced it. A lot of people don't like to give people around them credit. We don't do it by ourselves. There's a team of people that help us.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to give people credit and give them their flowers while they're here. Don't give me my flowers. Don't lift me up when I'm gone.
But that's because you're secure in yourself, though. Like, you know, you're a person that pours into other people.
Yeah, I'm a giver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a giver, but I love giving because I get so much and I've been so blessed. So I love giving.
Now, you
Can
talking
we
about
talk about your organization too, since we're talking about giving? Because obviously I know that you have your organization. So let's make
For
sure
my
we plug that,
babies,
too.
yes, my children with Down syndrome, because I have a son that's has Down syndrome, and his girlfriend has Down syndrome too. She's Eliza. She's wonderful, and they're in love. So I'm so happy my son has love.
When did
in his
Farak
life.
get a girlfriend? When did
Oh,
this
he's
happen?
been at a girlfriend. He's 20. She's
Oh.
19. She just turned 19. He bought her a little gift.
now,
so
how'd you vet her now?
I chose her.
You chose her. Okay, expound on that.
Well, I wanted him to have someone like him because I feel like they would understand each other and love each other. She comes from a very good family. I wanted him to have someone that functioned as high as he did. And I told his doctor, they had the same doctor, and she said, I think I have the girl for you.
Wow.
And we went to lunch and they hit it off.
That's dope. You out here matchmaking.
Well, if you know your child and a mother wants their children to have love, I felt like I knew what kind of girl would, and she's wonderful.
How does that feel though? Because you know you're the mother. You've been pouring love into him all of these years, but now you got to share him with
But
someone
I'm
else.
sharing him with someone who loves him.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
what
I
you
know-
hope for your
That's what
kid.
I hope for, and she comes from a very good family, so that was important to me.
What
So,
about when he don't want to spend time with mommy? He want to be
I
with
know
his
it's
girlfriend.
hard. You know, because I'll say, Farad, baby, come here. Mom, I'm a young man. Let me tell you a funny story. We just came back from Mexico, Cabo, doing the jazz festival over there. So Farad went out with my cousin that travels with me and another friend to have breakfast. So all the women there were like, oh, that's Stephanie Mills' son. That's the one. He came back to the hotel. He said, Mom, I don't want to be famous anymore. I said, oh, really? That's all you want? You want to be in every picture, No, Mom, I don't want to be famous.
Too much attention.
Too much attention.
Now, what about you, Stephanie? How's your life been going as far as the personal side of things?
She trying to ask you if you got a man, Stephanie. That's what she asking you.
Or dating?
I'll never tell. Good girls don't tell.
You
Okay,
over here
just wanna
blushing,
make
so
sure-
something going on.
Somebody's pouring love into you.
I'll tell you this, I'm being loved.
Good.
I'm being loved.
But he was,
And it's good.
Was he pre-pandemic or during the pandemic?
Oh, Charlamagne, you trying to find out too much information. I ain't telling nothing.
That sounded real sexy, though. She said, I'm being loved. and
I'm
it's
being
good.
loved. I'm being loved.
I don't like him, whoever he is.
You know,
Okay, I'm letting you know that right now. I don't like him. All right, okay.
Well, I want you to meet him, and then you'll like him.
All right. Now, you talked about getting your flowers. Have you been approached about, like, doing verses? I think verses.
I think that we tried. George, who's Chaka's manager, and my manager reached out to them, but they weren't interested.
Ooh, so it would have been Stephanie Mills versus Chaka Kahn? Mm-hmm. Why wasn't Chaka interested?
No, Chaka was interested. We were willing to do it. The Versus people weren't interested.
Yo, don't tell me that.
Yeah, they weren't. They weren't interested.
Swiss and Tim, y'all out of y'all minds. Stephanie Mills versus Chaka Kahn?
They were not interested.
How long ago was this? Don't tell me this.
It was right before they did, I think, Escape or somebody.
Escaping SWV.
Yeah, it was right before that, but they were not. They weren't interested.
Yee, get on the text. Text somebody. This is ridiculous.
But I wouldn't do it now anyway.
Who did they talk to?
They talked to my manager, Amp.
No, I'm saying, who did Amp? Did Amp talk to Swiss and Tim? I don't believe Swiss and Tim would turn that down. It couldn't have been Swiss and Tim.
Swiss and Tim?
Open the door for Amp, Dan. I need to.
Come here.
I want to hear what Amp is saying.
Was it Swiss and Tim?
Actually, breaking news. She don't even know. We working on it right now.
Oh, y'all working on it?
Yeah, me and George actually just spoke to.
Oh, now they want to do it. Now, fuck them.
No, you got to do it. You
I
have
don't
to
wanna
do it,
do
Queen
it.
Mills.
I haven't even told her.
No,
This
I
is
don't wanna
breaking
do it.
news.
Why don't you want to do it?
We gonna do it.
Why wouldn't you want to do it?
I'm out.
No, you have to do it. It clearly was some miscommunication. Yeah, it was some miscommunication. There's no way.
Oh, now they want to do it.
But there's
niggas.
Listen, there's no way Swiss and Tim turned that down. I don't believe that. I think it's some miscommunication. I know it had to be.
It was supposed to be Chaka and I before, but they didn't want to do it before. I don't know if I.
But you know why? Now is even better because now that things are open back up and people are doing like together and
I love Chaka. I mean, when Chaka and I see each other, I say, "Hey ho," she say, "Hey bitch," and that's how we greet each other. I love Chaka. I love Gladys. You know.
Did you watch Gladys and Patty?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Dion, it was Patty and. You know, I've known Patty forever. Used to go to her house and eat. I love them. There's just mad love and respect.
So why wouldn't you do it? The reason I want you to do it is because...
Why you want me to do it, Charlamagne?
Because we celebrate you and we understand the greatness of Miss Stephanie Mills, but sometimes you got to put it on the stage and honor it, and people got to see the total package of the catalog.
I've never been celebrated with BET or any of the black organizations. I've never been celebrated.
And we got to change that. Like, I'll run a whole Stephanie Mills campaign. I'll get on everybody's ass, from BET to Versus to everybody. We got to change that.
They don't celebrate me.
Essence, like, I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me.
But you know how our own are. You know how our people are.
Niggas.
They get a position and I'm president of this. I'm chairman of the...
I want you to do Versus. And Versus is so for the culture. Like, it's really about the music. You and Chaka up there telling these amazing stories.
Well, see, this is me. This is how I feel. I think people should respect people. It's about respect. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are like, who's the latest flavor of the month? You know, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not the kind that you can say, okay, well, you go stand to the side and then I'll be like, okay, I won't come back. Because I go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. And I teach that to my son. And I'm real, so I don't know if I'll do Versus. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
I think it would be great.
Like when I wanted to do it, they didn't want me to do it. So
I think that was a miscommunication.
Look at you.
I do. I don't believe that. I know Tim and Swiss. I know them. I don't believe that. No, they wouldn't do that to Miss Stephanie Mills.
No, I think it's gonna happen. It went from a no to I don't know. So you know what's next after that.
We get the minister to open up with a prayer. Get the minister to open up Versus with a prayer. Ooh, come on now.
No, get the minister to open up with prayer.
Yes.
Pops. I love him.
That would be incredible.
And Mustafa,
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So how do you define your career and longevity in the music industry? How did it happen? How have you been around so long?
I don't know. God.
Mm-hmm.
My faith, and I think my professionalism. I always try to be professional. I always try to be where I'm supposed to be, on time and be respectful to people. I think that's what it is. But I don't take mess. I don't let you mistreat me or talk down to me, or I've left TV stations where people were rude and I've left. So I don't tolerate that.
I wonder if
What made you decide to take such a break from recording music?
Because you crash and you burn. I've had such a long career that if I didn't stop when I stopped, I might have crashed and burned. And I think there comes a time where you have to kind of like, I didn't want to have a recording. I had a recording contract my entire life. I didn't want to have a recording contract. I wanted to just chill because I was tired of, you got to be out here, you got to do this. And I just went away from the business for a while. And it was the best thing I could have done. I think if more people do that and just be regular, they would survive more. Because this is a brutal, nasty business.
Mm-hmm.
It's brutal and it's nasty. And you have no friends.
That's why I love what Rihanna does. I love what Kendrick Lamar does. Like, they
Yes.
come out when they want to.
They come out when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. You want to do this? Let's do it. If not,
Absolutely. I wonder, I know being humble personally, is great for you. But professionally, is it? Because it's almost like if you don't toot your own horn in this business.
professionally, I'm a beast. Professionally, when I walk on that stage, I'm slaying all.
Mm-hmm.
Professionally, that's how I feel because I work really hard to sing or sound somewhat like my old days, but professionally, I'm a beast.
Mm-hmm. So you let people know that.
I let them know it on stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it comes to music, do you chase sounds? Or you just do what feels good to you?
I do not chase sounds. I don't chase anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I do what feels good to me. I feel, I don't try to look or oh, that's the fad, I'm a follow. No.
Were you always professional, or was it something that you had to learn? Like in the beginning of your career, what was it like for you?
I thank God because I started off in theater. So that was the best thing. It teaches you discipline. And I was 11 years old when I did my first Broadway show, which was Maggie Flynn. So theater really taught me to be on time, to be professional.
Did you ever get too bougie because of the theater? Because you was a
I
thespian?
think I was a brat. I think when I was 16, 17, 18, and when I first married Jeffrey, I was such a brat. I was making my own money, and I was a brat. There were times where I was just a brat.
What does that mean to be a brat?
Like, okay, I'm leaving you. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
because I'm paying for everything. But we're friends now. I don't want to.
Oh, you mean with your man you was a brat?
I was with my man.
Oh.
I was a brat.
Damn, you was one of those?
I was.
I paid for it. This my money. You do what I tell. Oh, you was one of those?
Not that I tell you what to do, but I was.
Yeah.
I'm not anymore, though.
When did you learn not to be that? Was it the next relationship?
Nope.
The third?
Nope.
So have you learned not to be that?
Yes, after that. Because my marriages didn't last long. So I think...
You were married 3 times, right?
Yep, 3 times. I learned like when I was 42. I was like, that's not the way to be.
So you always threw your money in your man's face?
No, not
Okay.
throw it in his face, but our lifestyle, I paid for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's not a good thing because you take the respect from the man.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Pop says, you change roles, and that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of strips the man a little bit.
So what could a man do in that situation? When his woman is famous, when his woman has the money, what can a man do to keep that respect?
Do
Work
something,
hard. I said work hard and handle his business.
Work hard and handle his business. Work hard, handle his business, and at least pay for something.
Yeah.
Pay for something.
That's disrespectful, though, to pay for something when the person got more money than you.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I always feel that way. I feel like if the person has more money than me, why should I pay for anything for them? That's disrespectful. I
You
would
know what's
never
the worst
disrespect
when you're always paying for everybody all the time.
Yes,
and like
and as a
everybody's taking
child, growing up, I took care of everybody in my family. I took care, of course, I take care of my mom and my dad. They were my heroes, but I took care of everybody. And I think after a while, it just wears on you.
Yeah.
Because everybody always expects you to pay for stuff.
So maybe being in those relationships, that feeling brought you back to moments in your childhood you didn't
that
like.
I didn't like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I've been in therapy and I think I would advise everyone to go to therapy and get on something that if you need to balance you out.
Oh, I go once a week. I got a therapist, a sacred purpose coach. I got a whole tribe.
I have a therapist, but I don't talk to them all the time because but I do when I get in trouble and I feel I go and talk to them.
Have you ever had to be on anything to balance you out?
Yep. Yes.
True.
Yes.
True. Now, you know, next week is 12 years since the late, great Michael Jackson has been gone. June 25th. What do you do on that day?
I remember him as I knew him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I stick up for him. I don't want anybody talking about him bad. I don't want people trying to. He was a genius, and he was very kind and loving. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't believe any of that. I knew Michael. I don't believe any of that, and I don't want anybody talking about that like that, especially if you never met him and didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
So I just show love. Michael Jackson is the greatest. There'll never be anyone like him. There'll never be anyone like Whitney. There'll never be anyone like Prince. You know, or Teddy Pendergrass. People that I knew, that I loved. You know, I didn't know Prince that well, but I knew Michael. I didn't know Whitney that well. But as a female singer to one, I knew and could relate to some of the pain she went through that we go through in this business. And you never know what someone's going through if you haven't walked in their shoes.
Yeah. I often want the story of Michael to be told about his business. Like, I don't think
he was very smart.
Yeah, that publishing story don't get told enough. The fact that he owned damn near half of all the music industry's masters and was giving artists back their masters.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
And that's what, well, you know what? Think about it. Sam Cooke, in his heyday, was going to get together. Sam Cooke had his own record company. And he was going to get together with James Brown and have an agency. I believe they killed Sam Cooke because he was going to bring the black community, the R&B community together. He and James Brown, he was going to have the record company and they were going to have an agency. So I believe he was definitely set up and murdered.
Do you think they did something similar to Michael?
I think so. Because why would a doctor leave a patient after he's injected him with propofol, knowing what that does? Why would you step out and be on the phone? Is that what they said? He stepped out and was talking to his girlfriend. I believe so. Michael was very powerful and he was very smart. And he owned all that publishing and they wanted it. You know, he once wanted to give it to Pops.
Really?
And Pops wouldn't take it.
Really? He wanted to give that, what was that, ATV it was called, right?
Yes.
He wanted to give that to the minister? Wow. Why didn't he want it?
The minister doesn't take things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted Michael to have it. I think we give things away. Like, we don't hold on to, like Bob Johnson didn't hold on to BET. We give, whereas white people keep their wealth. We give ours away because we always want the money. How much money is enough? You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
I think holding on to our legacy, to our, like Motown, black people should still own Motown. You know? That's how I feel.
I mean, that's a great question though, because it's like black people have never really had like mass amounts of capital. So when you do get an opportunity to sell something and get $3 billion like Bob Johnson did, it's kind of, you feel in your mind, you're like, I'll sell this and then build something else.
No, you should keep it. I think you should. I still have, my father and my mother had land in Albemarle, and that was the first house they ever had. I still own that.
Wow.
I think it's just important to own, to build.
Yeah, Mike. What's interesting with Michael too is like, after he passed, like that publishing did get sold for pretty cheap. And like, people don't realize, not just his publishing in the Beatles, he owned damn near half of the music industry's publishing.
I know.
That is
and
a huge
did not
story.
like it.
Of course not.
They didn't like it. And look how they treated him. Look how Columbia or Epic or whatever that company is treated him. And that's what broke his heart. I really think Michael, because he went through all of that, his heart was broken. It's just like I think Whitney's heart was broken. You can die from a broken heart.
How did you not let the industry do that to you?
I stepped back and went into therapy and talked a lot, prayed a lot. I went and visited the minister and stayed with him for a long time. Stayed at his house and we went jogging and ate breakfast every morning. And when I was in trouble, I'd always call him and he'd always send for me and take care of me.
I wonder what traumatizes artists the most about the industry. Is it the fact that there's no class for celebrity? There's no class for when you acquire money?
I could speak for myself. When you feel like people care about you. Like if I'm telling you, oh, Charlamagne, I love you, I care about you, I'm going to take care of you. Then you wake up one day and you have nothing. And the very people that you trusted has stolen all your money, pimped you out, and just nothing is real. That's what trauma. That's why a lot of artists turn to drugs.
Wow.
Because none of it's real. Everybody that you trusted, just think about it. Everybody that you've ever trusted has turned you in. You wake up one morning, you're flat broke. You're thinking your business manager is handling your money, and he's not.
Wow.
He didn't even invest anything.
Wow. And if you already have some type of abandonment issues from your personal life, Lord have mercy.
But I'll say this to young people. If you are not taking your money to the bank and getting your own deposits from agencies, you're in trouble.
Right.
You're
I try to
in
make sure
trouble.
I see every contract. I have to be CC'd on it. I want to see everything that's happening.
Yes. Yes, because if you take your own money to the bank, I'm telling you.
You know, on Let's Do the Right Thing, you talk about is you said we should just have conversations. That's what's going to bring us together. You think is it that simple?
I think it's that simple.
Wow.
I think we make it too complicated. Why not, if we don't like each other, why not just sit and have a conversation, have a panel, and talk about our different issues amongst black, the dark, and the light skin thing. That drives me crazy. Why do we think light skin is better? Because it's closer to white?
Oh, I don't think it's better.
I don't think it's better. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But among us, that's a thing, which is stupid.
So we should just have a conversation. You know, like I was saying earlier, it's like it is very profitable for us to talk about each other as opposed to talk to each other. So if we ever did sit down and have that one conversation that brought us together, then some people wouldn't have anything to say on their platform.
We take the power away. We take the power away. And then for those black people that want to be white, then let them go over there. Keep your ass over there, and we'll be over here. Shit.
Stephanie, who are the legends today? You think? Like who are the living legends that are still with us?
Patti LaBelle,
Definitely.
Gladys Knight,
100%.
Dionne Warwick,
Yes, indeed. Chaka Kahn.
Chaka Kahn, Smokey Robinson,
Stevie Wonder.
Oh yes, my baby. Diana Ross, Quincy Jones.
You don't like Quincy?
I do.
Oh.
Charlamagne.
I don't know. You made a little noise. I don't know. Why'd you make that noise? It's very hard for you to hide your feelings about things. You know that, right?
I know. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody. I can't think of anybody else. Can you?
I mean, you named those are the ones that first came to my mind.
Right. Smokey, yep.
I mean, Stevie is somebody who I feel like don't get the credit he deserves.
He does not. But you know why? Because Stevie's real. He ain't about the game. And he owns his own radio station and owns his own stuff. So he's like, hey.
Yeah, he's one of those ones when he passed away, everybody going to be like, damn, Stevie did that and Stevie did this, Stevie
Absolutely.
did that. But
they're going to give him when they should give him his flowers right now. They should honor him. Because they call people that are legends and they're not. You can't be a legend and you just had one hit record.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can't be
yeah.
a superstar and you just had one album.
Yeah.
And these young people that are out making records and they're trying to push them over to pop, better be very careful. Don't let them take you away from your roots and where you started, because you'll get over there, and then once they finish using you up,
that's right,
they're gonna put you back to selling chicken.
That's right. You think Stevie Wonder can really see?
I think he might concede just a little bit. Just a little bit. But Stevie is the coolest, most down-to-earth brother there is. He's so cool. I love him so much. Because I like entertainers that, yes, you've got all these accolades, but you're still cool. Because it don't mean it. I don't even know where my Grammys or my awards are. I don't even know where they are.
Really?
I don't.
What?
My sister has them somewhere.
Were you ever in any of those sessions with Michael and Stevie back in the day?
We were at Studio 54 a lot back in the day, but and we always went out to dinner. I wasn't in a session with Michael, but we went to Studio 54 a lot back in the day.
Absolutely. I can't wait to hear more music from Miss Stephanie Mills. I know that
Yes,
much.
8
I think
songs
you're gonna
on the way.
love. I think you're gonna love "We Must Change."
We must change?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's coming next.
Everything's black themed.
Not everything is black thing. I wrote a song about Mr. Good Good. I wrote a song.
Who the fuck is Mr.
Wait,
Good?
hold on. Don't brush past that.
Who is Mr. Good
Don't brush
Good?
past that, Mr. Good Good.
Who is Mr. Good Good? I don't want to
Why
hear
did
about
you
no
try
damn
to
Mr.
keep
Good
going,
Good.
though?
Why are you hating on the men in my life? You want me? What do you want?
Can you tell us a little?
Charlamagne's
Can we hear a
hating on
little
the
of the-
men
can
in
we
my
hear-
life. He's trying to be my big brother and block.
Can we hear a little of the lyrics from Mr. Good Good?
No, Mr. Good Good, honey.
How old is
Ooh.
Mr. Good Good? Cause you like him young now.
And we have one that's I'm doing a remake. I'm not going to tell you what the remake is.
Okay.
But I'm doing a remake, and we have a love song and a song called Wonderland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they going to all come out this year or?
I don't know if they'll all come out this year, but I'm going to stagger them.
Okay.
You know, as I feel the song and whatever I'm feeling at that time to want to put out there, that's how we're going to do
And
it.
then you have new music to perform at the shows.
Yes. But people loving that old music. I'm so grateful to be able to perform.
It's not old, it's classic.
It's classic.
Yeah, timeless.
It's classic.
That's why we need to see you do verses. People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them,
I am.
because you have the voice. Tell them.
I swear.
And tell them the first time they ask me, don't renege, because I'm not the kind of artist that you can ask me and I want to do something, and then you say, well, okay, well, nigga, all right, bye.
I mean, Stephanie Mills versus Chaka Kahn? That's a no-brainer.
But, you know, what I don't like is I don't want it to be verses, like love.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Yeah.
We're
like-
loving each
that's
other
right.
because I love Chaka. She's had incredible hits. She has more Grammys than anybody I know. So, you know.
Do
but
y'all
I
talk
lo-
often?
We don't talk often, but when we see each other, it's love.
Okay.
It's love. I have mad respect because we both have survived this business
That's right.
and still out here doing it.
That's right. Well, Swiss and Tim, I know they listening. Stephanie Mills versus Chaka Kahn. Y'all got to make that happen. Okay? Done. You want
And
to
if they don't, I still love them, but, you know.
No, they
Well,
got to
can we
make
play
that
the new
happen.
song?
Please,
Can we
let's.
play the new
Oh,
song?
please play the new song.
You want to introduce it?
This is Let's Do the Right Thing, written by Stephanie and Marcus Malone, produced by Marcus Malone.
All right.
Hit it.
It's Miss Stephanie Mills. Always a pleasure to see you, Queen.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you. It's the Breakfast Club.